New Year's resolutions, New Orleans, JJ in the New Year on this episode of Jim Joe Steve Show.
Here's a story about 20 years ago. Three bros who grew up in Baltimore to the beach show. Every summer they had to go before they got married with kids. Now they all grown. Long trips to New York and Toronto. Playing beer pong with Captain Morgan's. Free throws. And if you don't know, now you know. Coming in hot, Jim Joe Steve Show.
Hello and welcome back to Jim Joe Steve Show. I am sitting right next to a couple of my friends. Steve, we're going to start with you today. Are you ready?
We're switching it up.
Switching it up.
I'm good. How was everybody's Christmas?
It was nice.
It was good. It was good.
Oh, we had to introduce Jim first.
Oh, he's not here yet until we introduce him.
No,
And my friend Jim.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Hey, how was everybody's Christmas?
Good. How was
good.
yours?
I can't complain.
Good. Everybody full bellies, happy hearts,
Yeah.
all that
God,
stuff.
that's the worst.
It's a little
That's like
alliteration.
one of those things you say to people, like when you first walk up to them.
Yeah,
and
it was
it's
just
like-
bad.
I've never said full bellies to anybody in my entire life.
It kind of to me seems like, hey, how's the weather? Like,
Yeah, do you say the things people that you don't know
do you
very well?
Hi, nice.
No, but I know both of you very well.
I know, which is why we're a little perplexed as to why you would ask us if we have a full belly.
Have you?
after Christmas.
So have you said that to people before?
I don't know.
Well, don't.
So
I mean, I've heard
first
people
thing-
say it.
Oh, you've heard people
Yeah.
say it? They have to be like 90 years old.
They might be. Who doesn't like to hang out with an old every once in a while?
I brought a special beer for you guys to drink.
Oh, the gifts keep coming.
Yep.
It does. It does.
What the?
Oh, it
And-
says Jimmy on it.
It does. It is made by Heavy Seas, and it's actually a very difficult beer to get
Jimmy Truffle Dessert
It's-
Stout.
from Reb's Candy. Truffles.
Oh,
What's
no
Reb's?
kidding.
You don't know what Reb's is? The famous
No.
Baltimore candy shop?
Yeah, they
No.
You've never been to Reb's?
No,
They're like famous for their truffles.
no,
Holy
never heard of this place.
Wait a minute. You've never been to Reb's?
Do they make burger cookies?
No.
I
I think
know.
only Burger Cookies makes burger cookies.
Is
But-
Cookies a place?
I'm pretty sure it's their own thing.
Yeah.
I hate burger cookies.
Are you serious?
God, they suck. I
I'm-
wouldn't. I look like I love a lot of cookies, but
I am
Uh,
disappointed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty
That's
shocking.
one
too
of
much
my-
fudge. Too much like fudge on it. Just too much going on.
Do you like fudge in general?
No, like like Candy Kitchen at Ocean City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people like you're there and people are like, "Let's go get some fudge." Like, what the hell?
I don't know. I've ever met somebody who just doesn't like fudge.
So when I go to Candy Kitchen, I get red
So-
rope licorice like it's nobody's business
Now
because that's the best red rope licorice in the entire world.
I
That
would never get that.
I just imagine being in one of our trips down in Ocean City years ago and somebody's just sitting around on the couch saying, "Hey guys, let's go get some fudge."
I mean, your guys don't say that, but like I guarantee.
children.
Although
like,
I
your
think
wife,
yeah.
we
your
would have.
parents.
Somebody would have said, "I'm going to get some candy Kitchen," and they would have had at least half the group follow them.
It would have been Schaefer.
That's true. Okay, so I've never had this beer. It's apparently very hard to get.
Look at Jim. Jim
And-
just keeps going.
I try to, please you guys
Aw.
and throw you, a little bit of a softball here. So,
Thank you.
so try to.
Nice.
If it sucks, we can all say it sucks. But
Do we gotta cheers it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey, why not?
cheers.
Hey,
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Merry
New
Christmas,
Year's,
fellas.
everybody. Dead
first
air.
impressions.
Yeah,
It tastes like chocolate.
tastes like a stout.
Well, it's a truffles beer, Steve.
Is that what a
Did you
truffle?
know-
I thought
Oh,
a truffle was a
God.
mushroom.
Well, truffle is also a mushroom.
I was like, we're about to drink dessert mushroom beer.
Gonna be tripping. It is heavy,
It's good.
but it does have almost a coffee-ish flavor.
It's a stout.
Would you recommend it to someone who wants
You
a
like how Joe
dessert beer?
keeps saying it's a stout.
Well, that's because you,
You
guys
idiot.
are you guys
It
are
tastes
all
like
just-
coffee. It's a stout.
You guys are describing general features of a stout.
Well, it is a.
It's got a milky afterbirth.
It's
stout.
Afterbirth.
If you want to try this, if you can still find it, it's Heavy Seas beer. The name of it is Jimmy Truffles and Reb's Candy Dessert Stout.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'm gonna drink it. It is.
Not gonna pour it out for sure.
It's got a demon on it, so.
I think that's Heavy Seas logo.
Yeah.
Oh,
So going into New Year's, do you guys have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, don't we all?
Aside from the traditional lose weight. I think that's what everybody does, isn't it?
pop quiz, motherfuckers.
Isn't that what everybody does though?
Yeah.
Every
Okay, so we can't do the healthy family, healthy year, lose weight.
the boring stuff.
To try to get an actual
All right,
New Year's resolution.
let's do a New
An
Year's
action.
resolution for each. Let's do like you and I think of one for Joe.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, I mean, it's gonna be memory based.
I mean, it could be post something on Instagram for our Instagram.
Can Joe get one post in the next 365 days?
I'll put a reminder in my calendar for December 31st, 2022.
Hi.
Hello, world.
Well, do you think this podcast will still be going strong in 1 year?
Ooh, that's my New Year's resolution.
I just,
I'm
wait a
claiming
minute,
it.
that could have been mine. I was just setting myself up. You can't steal it. God damn it.
Wait a minute. So your New Year's resolution is to
Make sure the podcast is still going.
Oh,
Well-
you contribute a lot, Joe.
So
Joe
that would
shows up.
mean. So that would mean we would be at
52 shows.
50. Well, yeah.
Well,
so
Plus
this
the
is
ones we've
what,
got.
5?
This is-
episode 5?
This
I
is
think.
episode 6.
Episode 6. So we would be rounding out the 50s. We would be almost approaching our 60th show.
Are we gonna have a vacation week next year? Oh man, when are we gonna get into the best of? Take a little breather here and there.
Can you do that in the first year? I don't think.
Probably not. Probably we gotta
Yeah.
grind it out a little bit.
I mean, I feel like we have enough for best of, and we're on episode 6 or something. I don't even know what episode we're on.
I agree.
I think we can hit one every week for
Yeah.
the next year.
Yeah.
That would be solid.
That is a good.
All right, our New Year's one of the new. All right,
For the
let's
group, for the
let's do Jim,
podcast.
Joe, Steve podcast New Year's resolutions.
That's what we just.
We,
I was still on this Red's dessert place that I was.
Right, you've never had the truffles from
All right,
what is it, Joe?
Rebs. Jimmy
Rebs.
Truffle.
A stout?
Oh, it's a stout.
Yeah.
It's a stout. Confirmed.
My New Year's resolution is to learn more about beers because I didn't know anything about a stout.
My resolution would be to learn a little bit more Spanish.
My New Year's resolution will be to beef up my resume a little bit and be the second person to ever score a perfect test on the Essex Public Library Dewey Decimal System test.
Setting the bar high.
Oh, that's a high bar, buddy. That's a high bar. Got it. My New Year's resolution will be to. I want us to get to. I don't know. Can't think of anything.
Well, geez, that's intriguing,
it
Steve.
was my idea, and I spaced on it. I got caught in the pressure.
Yeah, that's tough because you don't, you want to say something that's like, not going to be just a
It's hard.
drop in the
because
bucket. But
I would like us to make. Well, this is more for a group thing. To make $1. $1
in sponsors.
in sponsors or
Well,
whatever.
we could have
we're
already
gonna-
done that. We turned down. I legitimately have turned down sponsors.
you have?
Yes.
You didn't discuss this with us.
I mean, I run the goddamn social media shit. Like,
Oh, so okay, so that's not really a good
Hey,
one.
be
'cause
more
we're probably-
gooner if your pest place wants to sponsor us. Give us a call. Shoot us a message on Twitter. Jim Joe Steve Show.
okay, so
American Pest. That's what it is.
you already just promoted his.
I mean, he's a buddy.
Right,
And
but
that-
he doesn't have to do anything now.
And that was like
That's true.
3 weeks ago.
That's right. Who's gonna podcast? We are.
But I also let you guys know that I turned down sponsors because we wanted to build the base before we made any.
Before we start firing
committed
commercials
to
into the ears of our
sponsors.
lovely listeners.
Yeah.
Make
So,
sure we're putting out a quality
Do you remember
product.
this, Joe?
This I do.
I thought I
do.
did. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Do you think by the end of next year we can get to 5,000 downloads?
100%.
yeah, that's easy.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm not saying easy, but we're
pacing that.
way more than pacing that.
Yeah.
yeah. I think we've gotten a lot of good feedback. We've gotten a lot of people that are listening to each
All right,
episode.
Here it is. Possibly next year, my resolution, I may talk about my honeymoon.
Ooh.
Do you need your wife's permission for that, or is it just something that's so embarrassing that you just
It's
don't?
it's very embarrassing, and I mean, she doesn't care. She
would love for you
she
to
would
embarrass
love
yourself.
for me to embarrass myself. So so it's not that. Just it's pretty bad. So.
If you don't tell that story by the end of next year, the next year's Christmas episode, you got to Porky Pig it while you while we do the episode.
If you don't tell that story, I'm posting the picture.
Oh no. That's not what I was talking about.
That's very inside. That's inside. Maybe I'll tell that story now. More pressured into it. You could piece that together. What pictures somebody has.
Okay, not saying that, but one of my favorite memories, like quick memories of the beach, was when we took Justin Bieber to the beach.
Oh man, that was
Yeah.
so funny. Steve brought this like life-size cardboard cutout of Justin Bieber.
Like when he sang "Baby."
Yeah.
There's that
hair,
Justin-
hair
The
in
baby
the
face.
Yeah. And we brought
We stuck that bitch in the sand.
he was
We
so
put a hat
fucking
on him.
We put a hat on. We
went, we brought him.
we would put him outside, like the bathroom door, so when somebody would come out, Bieber would spook him.
Yeah.
I have a picture somewhere. I'm gonna post it on Twitter.
God, those.
If you want to check it out, I'm pretty sure it's on one of. Somebody has it.
I have
have
a
a-
picture.
I have
Do
a
you have
picture
it?
of us
Okay.
at
Us
the
on the
beach.
beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
At Jim Joe Steve on Twitter
I
and
mean,
Facebook.
the level of stupidity that brought and probably still brings us entertainment is just bewildering. Like,
dick and fart jokes.
I mean,
Until the day
it
I die.
never gets old. I know. Like, I remember, the first time, like, Joey laughing at a fart and thinking, like, that's always gonna be funny, young one. you were gonna laugh at that same thing forever.
I know.
Is it sad that your sense of humor is also that of an infant?
of a 2-year-old?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I know
It's
what
like-
I'm saying. Like
No, I think it's beautiful. I think it's poetic.
men are pretty simple creatures
Yeah.
in a very complex.
For our 4 women listeners, you guys probably agree.
No, I think we have more than 4 women listeners.
We
And
are-
thank you, ladies. Thank you for listening.
We are about 36% right now, and holding strong.
I know.
at
Keep listening,
36%.
Katie, or one person that has requests.
I would have thought that our female listeners would probably rank under 10%, but it's holding strong
Hey.
over several weeks at about 36%.
We are men of the people.
I'm a people person.
All
Pop
right.
quiz, motherfuckers.
I will say, this is a thing for people that want to record a podcast. If you introduce a drink to your co-hosts,
Right.
everyone can't drink at the same time.
Yeah.
Because
We're still
there's pauses, and I'm just like, I realize I go to grab my drink, and I can't do it because you two are picking it up, and I think I'm the only one that actually was paying attention to that.
And you know why? Because the first episode that we recorded, Jim and I took a drink of our beer at the exact same time, and Steve had the biggest deer in the headlights look at his face. Like, yeah, I don't know what to do right now.
I know. I just starting into different things. So, oh
Man, it's so it's getting cold and dark early, and there's this court by my house where you can play multiple sports. There's basketball, there's tennis.
can you play pickleball?
And God, it's like you were reading my mind. So me and my buddies started playing pickleball. I will tell you, I know you're gonna make fun of it.
Oh, it's coming. I gotta.
know. You're gonna call it an old people sport.
I've only seen geriatric people play pickleball.
Dude, it is so fun.
What is pickleball?
So it's like tennis, except on a smaller
For the
court.
audience.
It's like
for every other person in the United States.
It's like tennis, except it's on a smaller court. There's this little area, close to the net that you're not allowed to go into. It's called the kitchen. It's got some quirky little rules.
They should call it the brine.
Why?
Because it's a pickle.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, I'm just got so many jokes. It's the end of the year, and I'm just putting out zingers.
But man, I'll tell you, it's fun, and you get in a situation called a pickle, and it's just like slowly.
God damn it!
Slowly.
Do you go? We're in a pickle.
Full of dad jokes.
If you would laugh watching me play.
Well, absolutely.
When we get into the pickle situation, I get the biggest smile on my face because it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. We're just slowly tapping, lightly tapping, trying to keep the ball as close to over the net as possible, because if you hit that thing too high, the person on the other side is sending that bitch back at 100 miles an hour. And if you watch...
Do you wear tennis shoes? Why do you do this?
No, I wear pickle shoes. Pickle shoes.
Because
yes,
you rarely
tennis
wear
shoes.
tennis shoes.
Yeah, I wear tennis shoes.
If anyone has ever seen Joe actually run in tennis shoes, he runs like Fred Flintstone.
My poor son runs exactly the same way that I run. And it's funny because you guys have been making fun of the way I run for years.
Yeah,
and
it's legitimate.
And I've obviously thought there was something to it because it's been pretty consistent. But I never knew what it looked like. And then somebody who has seen me run, I think, it was probably Katie, but somebody who has seen me run and then saw Joey run said, Joey runs just like you. And I looked at him and I thought, oh, man.
He's going to get made fun of.
The thing I don't like about myself, my son has it.
Right. And, he'll be okay. But pickleball, yeah, it's super fun. And if you ever happen to catch it, this is going to involve more ridicule.
ESPN Ocho?
On ESPN. No, like on ESPN, maybe ESPN2. They had it this past weekend. But
of course, Joe watched it.
The women's double, I'm telling you, dude, I laugh out loud.
Because you go, they're in a pickle.
No, because they do. It's like tap. And then somebody hits it too high, and it's like bam, 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 and they hit it back so fast, and it's like it's mind bending,
mind boggling.
It's mind boggling. it's I don't know. It's funny to me, but anyway. So we've got these courts by my house, and it's getting dark and cold and stuff. So I think it's winding down our pickle season. But I think
how long can you do pickle? Just until it's just too cold.
Well, so there's a sign on the outside of our
no pickle after dark.
pickle court.
Keep your pickle to yourself.
There's a sign on our pickle court saying that after like November 30th. Actually, you know what it says? After November 31st, the lights no longer will turn on at night. Why is that funny?
It's not.
Well, there's no November 31st.
Oh. Is that a joke amongst...
No, the sign really says that.
So the lights still always turn on.
Maybe that's why the lights continue to turn on, because there is no November 31st.
They did an April Fool's joke on you in November.
The never-ending joke.
Somebody that lives close by just sits in their rocking chair.
Some listener picked up on that right away and was like...
date jokes go right over my head. I never know what day it is, or the actual date.
Right. So I think
every day is a Friday.
So what I'm getting at is, I think tomorrow night might be our last spicy pickle of the season, and I'm a little bummed out about it.
It's the last one of the year.
Yeah, that's true.
Gonna have a party, huh?
That's true.
It's a pickle party.
Pickle party.
Hide the pickle.
Lots of we have a WhatsApp group called Pickle Talk.
That
Shut
sounds
up, do you for real?
awful.
It's funny. A lot of pickle innuendos.
I mean, I think we just went through most of them.
Oh no, you haven't scratched the surface, my friend.
God, that is.
I'm telling you, get yourself on a pickleball court. I guarantee you a good time.
I got a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Joe,
More pickleball.
You're gonna play good.
you got to actually speak into the mic when you
Okay.
want to say something. That's why they're here. You guys are going to make fun of me for this, but I am going to find cowboy boots. I want to buy cowboy
God
boots.
damn it.
Ugh.
So next year, it'll be the Jim and Joe, or no, the Steve and Joe. Never mind.
Yeah, okay,
We couldn't
so
do this without Jim anyway. Nothing would
Will you
get
still
done.
stay on to promote?
Nothing would get done.
So
Is
I
it
mean,
because you have this giant yard now and you're afraid of a rattlesnake bite?
Another New Year's resolution. Next year, we're going to limit the talk about clothes since we're going into another clothes
Oh
talk
my God.
conversation.
Yes. You
I-
can't help yourself.
I'm just a
You're
fashionista.
fashion forward.
So I'm probably I think the only one that likes country music.
Yeah.
Not
Correct.
not that you need cowboy boots for country music, but I've been in Nashville a couple times. I think Steve, have you been in Nashville?
Yes.
Okay. So
A lot of rattlesnakes in Nashville when you're walking around the street.
you know you can get bit anytime.
Right.
You don't need cowboy boots to fend off a rattlesnake bite.
If they come
But it
after your
helps.
ankles
It
wearing
helps.
low tops.
But every bar there is
I'm
obviously a
snake.
band, and it's just a style there, and it looks good. And every time I go there, I try on cowboy boots, and I say,
Because they had that store that's
They
like
had-
two
you
pairs
think they're
for
cheap?
$100.
They're not cheap because
Well,
they're
I
like
would-
I don't
$600,
think
$700 a
anybody-
pair
yeah.
for like a decent pair.
Because it's Jim and all the bachelorette parties there trying to buy boots.
I tried on several pairs last time I was there, but I just couldn't find one that I feel like an imposter when I try on cowboy boots because I'm like a Nike's just tennis shoes.
You would look like an imposter.
But I've
Now, let me ask this.
rugged, not no like snake skin cowboy. I'm talking like a
Like
rugged.
Romancing the Stone?
No, not
like
like a pointed
Cartagena?
toe, but just a jeans and cowboy boot look. I think I can pull
Would
it
you
off.
do
That's going to get expensive, though, because when Jim finds something he likes, he buys like 5 or 6 of them.
Are you going to tuck your jeans into the boots?
You cannot tuck your jeans into cowboy boots. I don't know anything. I don't know much about cowboy boots, but I know that is.
I
a
watch
faux pas.
Yellowstone.
You cannot tuck your jeans in your cowboy boots.
Why? Wouldn't you want to flaunt those puppies?
I don't know. I've never owned cowboy boots. I just want a pair of cowboy boots, and if I find a pair that I can actually put my slim jeans over the top of them, I'm going to buy them. So be prepared. I'm going.
All right.
That's my New Year's resolution. Find a solid pair of cowboy boots.
Luckily,
We'll
when we
start
come here and
writing the
record,
jokes
I don't think Jim ever wears shoes.
That's true.
I don't wear shoes in my
He's
own
wearing
house.
a beanie, though, and we're inside.
I normally
I'm sweating looking at your beanie.
I'm wearing a short sleeve. Actually, I bought this shirt. Not a funny story. This is the second time I've bought this shirt from Nashville. 2 different trips, the same exact shirt.
Same color?
Let's describe,
Same
let's
color.
describe the shirt. It's yellow,
It's yellow.
and it has a cow on it with a propeller.
I
Yeah.
got it
That's
at
a Jim
restaurant.
Boyd shirt. That is
That is
definitely a Jim Boyd shirt.
It's from a restaurant, Milk and Honey. Did you go to Milk and Honey when you were at Nashville?
I can't remember where I went.
It's a restaurant.
Well, I can't remember where I went. I went to a lot of places. Was it on the little square?
It's not on Broadway,
Then no, I didn't go.
but it's excellent. I mean, it's like a 2-hour wait if you go there on the breakfast. But anyway, I bought this shirt a few times ago, and then it had like a little bleach stain. So when I went back again,
Got to get it again.
I bought the same shirt.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nashville-
you go with what you like.
Nashville's fun, and if I could move to a city that wasn't on the ocean, it would be Nashville.
Nice.
And that is a goal of a New Year's resolution. I don't know necessarily a guy's trip, but a trip to Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been there. I
My-
really don't
my
have much of a
wife
desire
is-
to go.
It is the
is-
the funnest city.
I will say it's a lot of fun.
I like New Orleans.
It's like New Orleans but cleaner.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that stale
love
smell.
Baltimore. Cleanliness isn't really a
Well, it's
need
like-
for me when it comes to a city.
You know how like if anyone has been to New Orleans, you know as soon as you walk out of the bars or in the morning, everything smells like stale beer.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I stepped over a dead guy.
Yeah.
When we went
For my bachelor party.
Was it your bachelor party? Yeah. I know he was dead.
We saw there were two dead people that trip. Somebody died like of a heart attack on.
Drop the mic.
You don't have to drop the mic, Steve. It's sitting on the table very comfortably.
I was like, whoa, dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a guy that like got stabbed outside of our hotel.
You know what I do now? I would have forgotten that, but I do remember that the police were there and we came out.
Yeah, and then there was a guy that died of like a heart attack right in the middle of Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was I?
At the live sex show. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this or not.
So well, I mean, we are wheels down on that airplane. And Steve is like, we got to go see a live sex show.
I mean, I wanted to see what one looked like. I've never been to one.
And they advertise the hell out of
They
them.
do advertise it. They got me with all that. As soon as you get off the plane, you see an advertisement.
It was so. It turned into like such a good joke that like anytime Steve said anything, it was going to be about the live sex show and like who wants to go see it. And
nobody went.
And guess who went? Nobody.
Like nobody?
Yeah, I didn't go.
Okay.
Nobody would go with them.
Yeah, I didn't go by
Man,
myself.
and my brother-in-law was walking around with the loaf of bread in his pocket.
I don't remember it, so I didn't. I did go, I think.
And so my bit that weekend was not getting my ass beat for being the Bachelor, and so we'd walk in anywhere, and you know somebody would say, "Oh, who's the Bachelor?" And I would point at Steve.
I was like the only single guy in the group.
And I think the first place we went into on like Friday morning when Bourbon Street was still empty, we walk in, and the girl comes from behind the bar. Who's the Bachelor? I mean, it's breakfast time still. And she takes Steve's shirt off and like hands it to me.
Oh yeah, because I was wearing sweatpants. Like I just got off a plane. I was wearing cut off sweat shorts.
So she pulls his shirt off and throws it to me. And I thought for some reason it would be a good idea to just chuck his shirt. And I threw it behind the bar, and it landed in a puddle. Like
it landed in the
of
biggest
muck.
puddle. And it was like so early in the morning that we couldn't check into the room. So and of course the hotel had my suitcase.
right.
My suitcase, so I couldn't. I had to put the shirt back on.
That weekend started going 1,000 miles an hour. Like as soon as we got there, it was so good.
That oddly large black lady selling us hurricanes.
Oh man, we got bamboozled.
Yeah,
they were like test tube shots, weren't they?
Yes, with probably no alcohol.
It is wild that like every corner you go to in New Orleans, they have those like freezy, like with the
the slushy
machines. And every bar has their own drink, which is always weird. I remember I went in. I lost you guys. And I went into I ran into Schaefer, our friend Schaefer, and him and I went to a place that had these grenades. It was like the big tube,
yeah.
A hurricane,
and it had a red drink.
The big tube is the hurricane. That's like the New Orleans.
Well, theirs had a grenade. The bottom of it looked like a grenade, so it was like their drink. Which they were on bar rescue.
Oh, really?
Because they were so dirty. But I remember we went there, and I bought one of those red drinks, and then Schaefer and I went back to and Schaefer's is an odd character. We'll have to explain him.
If you listen to the underwhelming promo voicemail that we released a couple weeks ago, that's Schaefer.
Yeah,
I would love to have Schaefer on.
One,
because I haven't seen him in quite a while, but two, if you get him started,
oh man,
he is a very funny guy.
He's like a lawnmower that just hasn't been turned on in a few years. And you prime that sucker. You give it a couple good pulls, and you get it going.
And him and I went to one of those, and I bought one of those drinks, and then we decided to go back to the hotel room, and him and I were sharing a hotel room, and we were sleeping in separate beds, and I put that drink up on top of the nightstand in it, and I had that dream where you're falling, and I smacked it all over him. And his whole bed was covered in red red fruit juice or whatever it was.
Yeah. Fun time.
My three quick memories that I have of that, not actual stories, but one, we were walking down, we were all hungry, and we ended up unknowingly in the gay section of the
Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
All the way at the top.
Yeah, we went to the deli.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was slightly odd just because the air changed.
It was
Bourbon
cleaner. It was nicer.
It was cleaner,
The streets
nicer.
didn't smell.
Everyone was just friendly to us.
It was a very nice change.
And then the jazz.
Oh yeah.
The jazz night we went to some random bar.
That bar was
slightly
one of my
off.
favorite bars.
Yeah, we had a hell of a time.
Cat's Eye or Black Cat,
But it was off Bourbon Street.
Yeah. It was off. It was out
By the water.
Yes. Yeah, near like the Cafe Du Monde place.
Yeah.
And there is a fast food chicken spot on Bourbon Street,
which is the best chicken I've ever had in my entire life.
Yes, and it's just a random fast food place that everybody went to. Joe, you probably were asleep before every night, so you never ended up with the fried chicken. But all of Bourbon Street went there, and
Yes.
at the end of the night, you got your box chicken.
Yeah.
and
Your red beans and rice.
Yeah.
That joint was so good.
Red beans and rice.
That is my favorite fried chicken place, and I have a thing about going to, like Popeyes or KFC. That's the bane of, if I had to list fast food places, they are the bottom of the barrel. I
Really?
refuse to go
Who,
into.
Popeyes is pretty good.
I've never ate Popeyes.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
not a fast food guy.
Their
It's
chicken
not the
sandwich
fact
is
that
good.
the food is good. It's just that when you go in there, it's always something weird. Like there's a long lines and they're all out of chicken, so you got to wait for chicken to be made, or they're out of chicken, or they're out of. I hate it. I hate it. My wife and daughter, they love to pick to go. They're like, we'll just get KFC or something like that for dinner just to make it easy, and they send me because they know I get infuriated every time I go. It's the only place you never have to worry about. If you do like an online order, you never have to worry about your food getting cold. Because when you get there, it isn't even made yet. It's not even made yet. So anytime I've ever done that, I go in and I say, I have a pickup for Steve. And they're like, oh, okay. What did you get? And I'll say, I got chicken and chicken and coleslaw or whatever. And I'm like, okay, and then they make it right there. And I'm just like, why did I even do this online? I do it online so I don't have to go in here, and then
So
I have
I
to
don't
go
have to
into
see
it every
people.
single time. I hate them.
My one
God, I hate
regret at New Orleans is I got gumbo, but I think when we got off the plane, we went to the only thing that was open was it was a random place, but I think it was more of a commercial, like a Red Lobster.
Oh yeah.
But it was
like a chain.
Yeah. And I got gumbo and it was okay, but I don't feel like I ever truly had the New Orleans gumbo.
Oh, okay. I had.
So next time I'm there, we got to go to like an off spot.
Yeah. I'm sure we could do that. My goal was to eat alligator every day because
We did have alligator.
I had alligator every single day.
Alligator bites, and they were good.
Yeah, dude.
They were
Alligator is
delicious.
like the best chicken. It's what it tastes like. The best chicken that you can make.
My odd memory is the last day that we were there. I think we were shopping for like tchotchkes to take home, and we went into this one of the probably 300 adult novelty stores.
Right.
It's next to the sex shop.
I think that's what he's
it is
talking
a sex shop.
A sex show.
Adult. Oh yeah.
right
Like,
next to the live section.
If you've never been
green
in
sign.
like Bourbon Street, it is bar, strip club, sex shop, sex show, bar, strip club. Like that's all it is. But we went into this random, adult novelty store, and I think I bought some sexy time outfit for the old lady, and JJ was very intrigued. Our friend JJ, who, maybe one day we'll have him on, but he was very intrigued and kept asking me, how do I introduce this purchase to my wife? Which was really kind of an odd question, I thought. But I said, I just take it home and put it in her drawer, and she'll see it.
Pickleball! You're in a pickle now.
And whenever she feels the mood strikes, she'll wear it. So JJ thought, must work for me too.
Shut up. Really?
So he bought his wife something. I didn't really, just something basic, and I followed up with him later. I said, how'd that roll? He said, well, I put it in her drawer. She got mad at me and told me to wear it.
I mean, that is classic JJ.
That's a classic
right there.
JJ. Yeah.
JJ is the most.
I really want JJ on.
Yeah. Oh
God.
man. So
Because he's going to come up a lot.
Yeah.
He needs to come on.
How do we just?
So
okay, New Year's resolution for the podcast is
Get
to
JJ.
get JJ
I
on.
know. He needs to sit down with us. So JJ could be described as somebody who a black cloud follows him, but it's not like a black cloud of sadness. It's like a black cloud of humorous things, but they're funny to all of us and not necessarily him. And a good example of this is when we were at Bruce's bachelor party, and
Yes.
our friend Bruce, who's in the Secret Service, and a bunch of his buddies who are also in the service were there as well. And I hope everybody listening knows this, but their profession is to protect people from things. And so we're getting ready to go out. I mean, first stop of the night, we are leaving the hotel, and we are on.
It's still daylight.
It's still I mean,
it's dinner time. We're going
yes,
a dinner, a half a
yes,
block away
that's
to
right.
dinner.
And we're standing there on the street corner, and this car comes tearing ass around the corner, screams up to us, stops. An egg comes flying out of that car, and the car takes off. Now, that egg made it through rows of people.
At least three rows of us.
3 rows. There was a group of us standing there.
On the street corner waiting to cross the street.
And that egg misses all of these people who are sworn to jump in front of objects as a job, as a profession, and protect people from other things. This egg dodges all of those people and turns and pivots and hits our friend JJ in the back of the group, just standing there.
He was the last person.
He was at the back of the line, and he gets smoked by this egg.
It was like the movie Wanted. The egg curved. It curved.
And it was funny because it was the most JJ thing that could have happened to
ever
him.
happen.
And it was good. So yeah, we'll get JJ on one day.
That soon.
He'll defend himself. Yes, we'll get JJ on.
We're contacting him this week. Maybe we can get him here next
That'll
week.
be my New Year's resolution.
Got it.
There's my show New Year's resolution. I'm getting JJ
Get JJ on the show.
I'm getting JJ on.
You can go Sad JJ this week on Jim Joe Steve Show.
I'll do that.
Well, that's going to wrap it up, guys. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm sorry. I mean, I got to cut it off at some point.
Awesome. Well, another good show, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody feel good?
I mean, it's done.
It's
Whether it's good enough.
We did it.
Yeah.
May get downloads, may not.
Well, happy New Year's, fellas.
Happy New Year's to you guys.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we were able to get this thing off the ground before this year ended.
Yes.
We could roll into the new year with some progress and some new listeners, and hopefully we're entertaining some people. And thank you for listening, and follow us on
Twitter
At
at
Jim
Jim Joe
Joe's.
Steve, or Facebook. You can just search Jim Joe Steve Show, and I can guarantee you we're the only ones that pop up if you search Jim Joe Steve. Now I can say from the previous week to this week, we've doubled our.
Nice.
I don't know what you call it. Do you call it followers or
Followers.
likes?
Or likes, yeah,
likes.
whatever.
I don't know exactly. But we put a lot of effort
Memes.
into the memes.
I like that Jim calls them memes.
He does call memes.
What are they?
Memes.
Memes.
That's what I said.
No.
No.
Oh, that's the Baltimore thing again.
God damn
I
it,
don't.
guys.
You know what? Actually, I don't think that. I think
Say
he's
it again?
saying it wrong.
Well, now I'm gonna say it. Memes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you say MAME.
Yeah, you were saying babes.
Oh, my bad.
Shit.
We gotta go here, MAME. I'm the best, MAME.
All right, guys.
All right, guys, take
Time to
care.
wind this one out. Have a good
Happy
one.
New Year's.
See ya.
Take care.